Good evening, everyone. It is Thursday evening, November 7th already, and I didn't get to a midweek video very soon last week, did I? But so I'm trying to better myself a little bit and get ahead, and just catch us up on what I see going on this week and some of my initial reactions to the work that everyone's doing, and a couple of little administrative announcements. First, let's get those out of the way. One of the things that I really want to mention is that several people had some extenuating circumstances, and I want you to understand that I have opened up the assignment from last week so that you specifically can get back in and submit it after talking with me or emailing with me. So that's fine. That will stay open through Sunday night. So that's there. Mentioning that because you may not have been able to get into that earlier this week, and for that I apologize, but the link is there and available to you. Several people haven't gotten it in, so just let's make sure we do that. Okay, that's one thing. The other one actually pertains to the papers that I've graded and gotten through. I was able to get everything through by Wednesday this week, which was, I think, my target. And I just want you to remember there's a little subtle thing that might help you understand the commentary or what's going on. If you remember the discussion boards, there is a live rubric that we use when grading. So not only do you see my overall comment, but you will also be able to click on open the rubric, I believe is the button, and you can see which boxes I've checked within each category, so you can see exactly the point total and where it's come from. That didn't get installed properly in the assignment link, although there is a rubric and I am following it. So my suggestion to everyone is to make sure when you get to a written assignment for the week, either download or at least open and have it handy, the rubric for that assignment and the instructions for the assignment. So that way you make sure that you got a heads up as you go along as to what's required and what's being asked and how things will be examined. So yes, of course, as there is in any written assignment that doesn't have a yes or no answer, there is a degree of subjectivity. There has to be. And I am using my best judgment to be as fair as I can. One of the things when grading 23 papers by the time you get to the 23rd, believe me, it sometimes gets a little wearying. So what I've tried to do the first 2 weeks is I'm not going from the top of the list to the bottom or the bottom of the list to the top. I'm just picking out random papers so that you don't have and it's purely at random, so that the first person in doesn't get my level of enthusiasm that I'm going to get started on papers, and the 23rd person is, oh boy, I'm tired. No, that's going to jump around, and I'm trying to do that. I think it's in best interest of everybody, and it keeps things just a little more fair. So if you do have a question about your grade, please contact me. Be more than happy to discuss it with you. I do place, as you see now, some emphasis on the writing and the communication skills. Those are important outcomes that we want to achieve, not just in this course, but throughout the business school. That is an important point to us, and I will continue to emphasize that, and I think it's going to help you in the long run. Now, what I see going on this week is the start of a really, really super discussion, and I'm really kind of not just happy with that, I'm relieved, because I wondered when we were putting the course together whether maybe it was just a little too soon to revisit that first week discussion and commentary on strategy versus planning, but I happen to feel that it's so important and so much rides on your interpretation of that when you're running a small business or a big business for that matter, that we understand it. And I have some very strong opinions on it. So I have kind of made a resolution here. I have already commented to a few people, and I have asked a couple of extra questions in here. Don't be surprised if I stay back a little bit, because I am seeing a very good discussion and very good opening presentations develop, and I really don't want to prejudice it with my opinion. So here's the one where I go, if I don't comment to you or don't comment maybe on your first post, that doesn't mean I haven't read it. I am really kind of very interestedly reading all these, because I said earlier, if you read my background and understand where I came from, I've spent about 20 years in a consulting firm where we did strategy development and we did business planning, and I have studied that to some great degree, and I love some of the things I'm seeing. I just don't want to be prejudicial about it. So that's really where we're at this week. I think things are going pretty well, and haven't seen too much activity in the Ask the Instructor discussion board. A couple of people have emailed me, and I've tried to get back to you as soon as I can. Please, I've provided you with 2 email addresses. Use them both if you have to. I will see one, certainly one I see every few hours, the other one I see every day. So I will be doing what I can to get back to you with your questions, answers to your questions, or hopefully answers. I will address your questions, let's put it that way. I'm very pleased with what I see in the course so far. I think it's really got a group of people with a very, very interesting set of perspectives, and just read those rubrics, know what's being asked of you, know what's being used as criteria for evaluation, and if you do have any questions, please contact me. As I said, I'd be more than happy to discuss your questions with you. Okay, thank you very much.